question.
Yes.
I've been in my industry for 20 years, and I've worked at competitors before.
Okay.
I am competing with, at my current client, at my current company, a competitor that I used to compete against all the time. I've explained the differences. I actually have somebody that I work with that used to work there. And I was thinking of putting them on the phone for like 5 minutes to kind of explain our differences. I don't know if that's a good idea. No matter what I tell them, they think this other company is great, and they're actually not the best one in the industry. I just, as much as I'm showing it, and not talking as a salesperson, but more of an educational person, because I have an HR background.
Yep.
It doesn't seem like I'm getting through to them. I have one more chance next month to talk about it. I don't know if I should write them an email with the differences. It just doesn't seem like I'm sticking it. I'm able to stick it to them, even though I've been doing this for 20 years and I'm explaining everything.
Yeah. Here's why that ends up happening. You have all of the best intentions in the world. You're trying to help them make the right decision. You know more about that competitor's company than they're ever going to know as a customer, because you worked there for multiple years and you've seen how the sausage is made. That being said, the more you tell them, I've seen how the sausage is made and you don't want this, the more they say, salesperson, I would expect them to say that, right? The more it turns them off on your ideas. So a way to do... Say again?
That's exactly what they said. You're a salesperson. And even though I had
Isn't that weird?
On the phone, it doesn't mean I don't know what to do.
Isn't that weird? I knew exactly what they would say. All right, I got you. I got you covered. Okay, here's where we have to slow down and be patient and realize when you say something, it means something. When your prospect says everything, it means everything. So there's two ways that you're going to handle this competitor that's unable to get the job done. The first way is you're going to deeply understand this prospect and you're going to keep your conversation focused on your understanding of them. It is going to be crystal clear to them that that other company doesn't understand them, their drivers, the why behind what they're doing the way that you do, which is going to make them want to work with you more because you understand the why behind the why behind the why. It's not just about whatever it is that you're selling, HR services, logistics, software, solar, whatever it is. It's that you understand they've had 3 years of problems. They can't afford to have another misstep, especially with Tony Adams, the new CIO, in. You got to keep the conversation focused on your understanding of their needs. Now, in terms of bringing up the competition, I don't want you to say anything bad about the competition, but here's how you could do this. You could take the training from last week's live where we talked about consequence questions, and you can slow down a little bit. If you're there face to face, it's great. Look at your sword and shield. If you're over the phone, still slow down. They'll be able to catch it and be like, guys, I want to go back to something you guys had said in a previous meeting about Acme, and I know Acme's not here, and I want you guys to make the best decision that you can make for your company. I think we found it here based on my understanding of your situation. And but again, only you guys can make that decision. Now, I did spend a decade working at Acme before I came over here. And I'm just curious, what if they're unable to deliver on what they're telling you, and you guys are now 6 months into this, 9 months into this, a year into this, only to find that once again we've got a vendor that doesn't really understand our situation, is making promises. Now notice what I'm not doing. I'm not saying Acme doesn't understand your situation. I'm not saying Acme can't do this. I'm saying what if, okay? And then let them sit with that. Okay, what Acme's going to do is go, don't buy from them, we're better and we can give you a lower price. But what if you're the one person that actually takes the time to go, I just want to, what if they're unable to deliver on that? And you're going to find out they're much more likely to open up. Well, what do you mean by that? Because it's interesting, because Samantha she had heard some stuff. Listen, I don't want to say anything bad about them. Again, I worked there for a decade. It wouldn't be ethical for me, but I do want to make sure that you guys have a plan if they're not able to deliver on what they're promising, right? Well, Acme, and then if they go, Acme's going to give us a lower price. That makes a lot of sense to me. What do you mean? I used to work there, right? Here's the thing. I want you guys to have the right solution for you, okay? I feel like I really understand what's going on here, and I've scoped this out in order for you guys to get the results that you want. Now, if you'd like me to rescope the program to be competitive with their price, I can do that to some degree, but there's going to be a point where I'm just going to back out because I'm not in the business. Again, I've worked for other companies for over a decade. I'm not in the business of signing up new accounts only to lose them and have to worry about my reputation. So if there's anything that I didn't understand or that you think we can get done without this, but based on my knowledge, this is what it's going to cost to solve the problem. Those are the kind of things that when people hear that, they're like, I want to work with her, right? Because I want to get the problem solved. I don't just want the lowest price. But the more we talk about the competition, the more they go, of course you would say that. You want us to buy from you, right? You need to just slow down and go, listen, hey, almost like David Linford was saying at the beginning of this coaching session, right? Like project like you are so busy you don't need the business. What's most important to me is that you guys make the right decision. I think we found it here, but only you can make that decision. My question to you, as somebody that's worked at other companies, as somebody that has tremendous expertise in this industry, right? I don't want to go into it, but I actually have a decade's worth of experience at the other companies that you're looking at. My question to you is this: have you thought about what if they are not able to deliver